Alright, well, I know what to buy. You're going to have to chill here for a bit because I'm busy buying stuff. Headbanging history! With cultural influence sky high, the Empire loves nothing more than a good story. And now a great one has come to light. Sadly, it begins with the death of one of the Empire's most beloved statesmen, an influential figure in South Saxon. Apparently, reliable sources in the city swear that this lord died after running into his bedchamber's doorframe while chasing a half-dressed foreign ambassador. The lord's son, who's inherited his father's mantle, is begging that you silence the truth and promote a story that he dialed while hunting a great beast. What is your choice? I'm going to falsify that. To preserve the honour of the statesman and his family name, we'll grant the son's wishes. Because we're definitely not going communist. I mean, sharing the wealth. I'm not sharing the wealth. There's only one group of people you need to share the wealth with, and that's the wealthy, so that they can get even wealthier. Right, Maharo. Currently earning 2,100 ducats. 2,100, 400, 2,109. Okay, that's a lot less than I expected. That was about 100. Alright. Now making almost 5,000. I have 4 turns to earn an extra 2,000 ducats. How many troops do I have? We have a full army here. 3 halberds, 3 crossbows, 4 knights, 5 musketeers, and 2 more horsemen, though I can upgrade those to knights if I need to. I think that Maharo is pretty much at maximum capacity. Actually, no, it's not. We can put markets up here, and here, and here. Which are apparently a hell of a lot cheaper than the harbours. And will provide us with a whole bunch of additional merchants. So now every single person in the city of Maharo is making money. Every single one of them is a merchant. We still have a food abundance of 261, even though we don't know what a farmer is. And we're now making more than 5 grand. That's better. You're just going to have to stay there for another turn. Population loss. Well, they should have been richer, then they could afford food. Naval artillery has been researched. Robin Sheckerman just claimed Humankind to Lucy OpenDev. Congratulations on earning access to OpenDev. Enjoy. Chartered companies. +2 money on outpost. Banks. 3 turns. Game ends in 3 turns. I can get it in 2 turns. It's fine. It's fine. I can get it on the last turn. I'm just going to need to make sure that I have enough money to afford that. You can't build anymore. You could build more financial hubs, but I don't think that's going to help you. You are lacking VOCs. Yeah, you are. Loads of them. And that's all of them. So, what's your population? 30... Yeah, you could do with some hamlets here. Just to keep the population growing. Because, once again, you've got loads of food. Natraffen is already VOC'd up. Yes, I mean, you could get a lot more. Wait, what are those? Not good enough is what those were. That was a that was a construction space. Well, that answers that. And we should be building a whole bunch more harbours out here too. Let's get those queued up, because the harbours here probably won't be that expensive. Putting them in places where I can get the maximum number of VOCs in. So that should keep you going for a bit longer. Kellenstar is already VOC'd up. South Saxon's already VOC'd up. That's an outpost that needs to be connected to someone, but that costs money, so I'm not going to do it. You need to upgrade. So next turn we need to upgrade Silver City out here. Zondochskind is busy building stuff, but I don't have the money for further upgrades. Okay. Idle City. Well, I guess it's time for you just to sit back. There's no money-making one? Probably food then, so you don't starve anymore. Population gained. New grievance available. Let me guess, religion. Outpost. Nah, we're good.
A sensor.
I'm just happy you're expanding, Keimer. I do want to establish the outpost here. No, I don't. I don't care about that one very much. It's this one that I want. I want you to be a colony, which we will buy straight away. I'm not turning you into my capital. That was very nearly a very bad misclick. And we're going to call this... Oh, it's Long John, isn't it? Long John, and the city produces silver. Therefore, Long John Silver. Two turns remaining. Right, Long John. Gonna need you to grab that silver, please. That is, after all, the whole reason you were here. Beautiful. Next turn we get the bank, so I want to make sure that we have enough money for that. I suspect with 5,000 in the bank we will do. Also, I love the fact that Akathesiak is actually bigger than Mahara is right now. That's just because we lost so much population when we created Taj Mahal. Alright, South Saxon needs to build another thing. Doesn't look like there's any other VOC locations. Now, do you have... No, you don't. That. 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 Just build something random. 5,600, so I need to earn another 1,500 next turn. Basically. You have room for one more wonder. I have 2 turns left of the game, Shira. There is no way I'm building a wonder in 2 turns. I'm actually really tempted to just save my money this turn. Just to make sure I can buy all of the banks next turn. There's the chartered company. AI3 is now Spain. Population's gained. Attitude changed with the
Things
Aztecs.
change, even leaders and empires. I have a proposal for you.
And Vlad has become Spain. Now you're just starting to piss me off.
A sense of...
First you come and start stealing my money, and then you declare that you're Spain? Hold on. Maharo, I'm gonna need you to build some stuff. Plus 10% money, plus 2 money on traders. Okay, so this place produces 2,300. 2,500. Oh, 2,600. Okay, that last one was a bit underwhelming. However, all three of you can go there, which is going to make us some more money. We're at 5,900. We're basically at 6,000, so we're still 1,000 short. But we've come pretty close. So what's the next most money producing settlement? Kakuachi, then Akathesiak, and then Gigao. So I'm going to need you to build those two. Okay, now we're over 6,000. Akathesiak was next. You've only got 10 merchants, though. Gigao at least has 13. These guys make significant less money than my big money makers, though. That's partially because they didn't have many of the money-making infrastructures in place. $6,100. We have 900 ducats left. So that's basically gonna need to be... Oh, did we build it already? Yeah, we built the bank already, I think. $6,200 ducats a turn. 2 turns time we would have got level 2 merchant. So we're starting to ratchet that up. We would have hit level 2 merchant in the same time as we would have hit level 2 science. Oh no, because no, we wouldn't. We would actually have been ahead of the science. Just. Movable typeface. That was a fame bonus, which is a whole bunch of extra science. Thoroughfares. Automatically creates roads between the outposts of your empire. These roads set movement across to one and another administrator, which does sound good. And that would eventually lead to Flintlock, which is musketeers as opposed to arquebusiers. 39 attack, 46 attack. That's a pretty big upgrade. And mercantilism, which would have been another administrator. Manufacturers. Industry for workers and +4 money. Just straight up money. Can't tell what the normal rate of progression for players is. I mean, it would depend on different players, different empires. Some of them will peak and rise at different times. The first time that we were properly making money is now as the Dutch. Like, the Phoenicians and Carthage are... Carthage especially isn't actually that wealthy a nation, because they do the Cothons, which are an industrial building. But they give you that 50% off purchases for the rest of the game, which is huge. Especially if you become the Dutch. And you can see how we've really ramped this up to start making more money. And also, bear in mind that we were focusing mostly on just going maritime, which isn't necessarily the strongest option, especially because it really did set us back early on. Like, we only started ramping up our colonization when we went north. We got a hostile. So Poland's on our island, hostiles are on the island, 2 of them in fact, 3 of them. Poland's our nearest neighbour. Then we also have orange and yellow nearby. Long John. Go ahead and hold a parade in my honour. Oops, I meant to do this. Akathesiac. Parade. Kakuat, no. South Saxon, here we go.
Hi, it's me again, back to say a few words. First, and most obviously, thank you for playing. We really hope you enjoyed the experience. Again, keep in mind that this was just a glimpse of what the full game will have to offer. The scenario you just played was specific for Lucy OpenDev. Now, if you have time, we'd really appreciate getting your feedback. The game designers have put together a list of questions that would help us make Humankind the best historical strategy game. If you're interested and want to hear more about this, come join the community on Games Together. Thanks again for playing, and thank you for leaving your mark on Humankind.
And there we go, 5,800 fame, which is definitely the most fame I've ever got. We had 1 outpost, 17 territories, 218 population, 29 units, 40 techs, 163 extensions, 150 turns, 6 enemy units killed. 8 units lost. 6 enemy units killed? Oh, it doesn't count the neutrals. Yeah, that was probably 6 of the Romans, and that was it. And that's all we did all game. Not a lot of fighting. And I've already done the feedback, so I don't need to do that again. Plus, I post fairly regularly updates on their forum. So, there is actually one thing I wanted to check, because I'm curious. How much was I making from trade? I'm trying to make up my mind if, like, buying these trade routes for, like, 500 ducats is worth it. Pacifist capitalist, love it. That was an interesting playthrough. I'm glad that we did more exploration of the New World. I think that had we been able to go on longer, control over the New World would have been very important. And the fact that we got there early with the Norse would have been really important. Otherwise, there really would have been a scramble for the New World, which would have been interesting. Alright, so the way that we can see is here. Nope, state religion. Yeah, having a religion is valuable. It can make you a lot of money. Plus 7 money from city or outpost. Don't know what that means. And then 5,000 from the cities themselves. However, the cities... 1,100 from the VOCs. How many VOCs do we end up with? I'm guessing about 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 1,100 from 13, so they were making like 90 each. In fact, it did say, didn't it? 91, yeah. That Maths! I'm actually quite proud of that. Market Quarter, Haven, Artisans Quarter, Harbour, Kothon, Main Plaza, Nost, Lighthouse. Infrastructure, Fish Market, Civ, Ideology, Stock Wisdom. Traders, number of trade routes, 102 ducats from trade routes. And then 25 from incense. So incense, what does incense do? What do all of these do? Silk is +2 industry on districts producing industry. That's pretty nice. That's going to be quite a few. Incense is just straight up 25 money. Okay. Porcelain is +3 on main plazas. So that's very similar to the incense, actually. but less. That's 3 per city, whereas that's plus 25 per city. Plus 1 on districts producing money. So gemstones are really important for us. That's why these guys were more productive than they otherwise would have been. Saffron, food on districts producing food, so that's good for expansionist. Dye, plus 30 industry. Good to have for new settlements. Plus 2 industry per industry worker on marble, that's nice. Obsidian, yeah, obsidian's really nice. Plus 8% industry. Heck yeah. I think that's one of the reasons why settling here is so powerful, because you start with obsidian right there. Salt plus 5 food. Sage plus 9 food. Coffee plus 6 food per farmer. Ooh, okay. And then tea plus 6% food. See, tea is superior to coffee because it's a percent modifier. You can reach the new world with sailing, just the first transport can reach it. Not true. The only place you can cross is here, and that's more than 4 tiles. That's 5. 1 tile short. 1, 2, 3, sink. You have to be able to make that crossing. It's the only other place to cross. Unless you go the really long way, because you can cross here and then jump all the way around here if you have open borders, and then go up here and then around this way. Yes, you can make it that way, but you have to have open borders for all of these. And it didn't help that I thought that this island was down here. So in the game that we did prior to this one, where we set up our settlement here, I should really have set it up here, because my intention was to take control of that island so I could get to here quickly. You can reach it, I did it. Not with regular transports. They move 2. You can be at sea for 1 extra turn. 1 turn. 1, 2. 1, 2, sink. Shouldn't be possible. 1, 2. 1, 2, sink. No. Modifier. It's possible. Although I don't think I saw any transport ship modifiers. I mean, one thing I will say is sometimes the movement seemed off. Like they got an extra one sometimes, because we did see that sometimes with the caravels, where they sometimes seem to get an extra movement, but that is definitely not reliable. There's a nation that gets a ship that lets you take damage from the sea so you can stay at sea for 1 more turn. Yeah, the Norse. So you can explore all of this, absolutely. We did, as Carthage, we explored all of this. But getting transports, which are the land units which you require for settlement, you can't. Before the Norse. Well, it's not Phoenicia. It's not Carthage. It's not a transport. I mean, it's possible. I just don't know who that would be. It's possible if you have the Swift modifier from an event. But that's pretty RNG. That's very RNG.